Welcome to the second online class of your physics class 11 experiment. So first of all we should know what is the title of the experiment. The experiment title is how to find out the volume of an irregular lamina using a sleeve gauge. Again I am repeating, volume of an irregular lamina using a sleeve gauge. Now you can see here we are coming across a term known as irregular lamina. So first of all we should know what is an irregular lamina. So an irregular lamina is a 3D object without any definite size and shape, without a proper formula of volume as like a conventional object, three-dimensional object like cylinder, sphere, keyboard and cube. But we know that volume of any object can be written as in the form of length into breadth into height. Since it is an irregular lamina, so it doesn't have a specific dimensions of length and breadth. But if combine this length and breadth, we get area and thickness. So finally, we got volume of the irregular lamina is area and thickness. Now, coming under to the context, how to find out the area? Area of an irregular lamina can be found out using a graph paper. Take this irregular lamina, trace on it on a graph paper, trace it outlines. Now, how to find the area? Now, count the complete number of square it has enclosed. Now, suppose it has enclosed n number of complete square, so its area will be n millimeter square because one square box in the graph paper is 1 millimeter square. Very easy. Now, the next step is how to find the thickness. To find the thickness, we have to use the instrument known as a screw gauge. In the previous first class experiment, we have used an experiment. We have done the experiment using an instrument Horner caliper. It is also similar like Horner caliper, but it has some different setup and different procedure to find out. So what is the so we will find the thickness of the irregular lamina using the screw gauge. So what is the screw gauge? Now you can see I have drawn an outline of the screw gauge on the blackboard. You can see the various parts on the screw gauge. What are they? It has a linear scale. This is the linear scale. This is the linear scale. I have expanded it here. This is the linear scale. As well as linear scale we have seen in the Horner caliper. But in the Horner caliper, the scale length is 15 cm fixed. But here we can have three types of linear scale. One is of 25 cm, and the other is of 10 cm, 15 cm, and the last one, the smallest one, is of 10 cm. So we can have three types of screw gauge, each of linear scale length 25 cm, 15 cm, and 10 cm. Linear scale is also known as speed scale. Now come to your circular scale. Circular scale, why the name circular scale? Because the graduation of the scale is in circular pattern. Here in the circular scale, as like we have seen in the Horner caliper, there are two scales, main scale and the Horner scale. The Horner scale was sliding over the main scale. It was moving, the moving was sliding over the main scale. Here, the circular scale is not sliding, rather it is rotating over the main scale. And the scale that rotates over the main scale is a circular scale. So it has certain screw, it has some grooves on the part of it, known as screw. You can see here I have drawn on the blackboard. So once it rotates, so the circular scale travels from length once it rotates. So the rotational effect of circular scale is converted into transition moment on the linear scale. When the circular scale rotates, it travels from length along the linear scale. So once it rotates, it travels from distance. Now coming under the ratchet. This is the ratchet. You can see the last part of the screw gauge is the ratchet. Then the U-shaped metal frame. This is the U-shaped metal frame. You can see in this metal frame, the object is being held in this part. Now the screw head has a face and this also has a face. Now we have to keep the object like this and we have to fix the head end to end to fix it or to hold it tight. So when we travel the screw gauge, there will be movement of the circular scale along the linear scale. Now, how much distance the circular scale has traveled? It is the main scale reading. Now, we will discuss further how to take the reading from the screw gauge, how to take its various readings. To get acquainted with this reading, now we will see what is the oscillation table for the screw gauge. It is exactly similar like your Horner caliper. Only here, except the Horner scale, we have a circular scale. The first evolution is serial number, how many evolution you are taking. Second is the main scale reading. Main scale reading is exactly same as the Horner scale. It is a reading of the linear scale of the screw gauge. Then the least count. Least count is compulsory for every instrument, new instrument that you will be using in your practical class. Then this is circular coincidence. Circular coincidence is exactly like your Brownian coincidence. We will get to know how to find out circular coincidence. Now the next tabulus, the column is circular scale reading. Circular scale reading. It is also exactly like the Vernier scale reading. The formula is least count into circular coincidence. Now the final reading of this instrument will be coming under MSR plus CSR. Main scale reading plus circular scale reading. Now we will discuss in detail how we will take the values observation from the screw gauge. Now first, before using the screw gauge, there are some data we should know. One is pitch and one is least count. So what is pitch? Pitch is a distance traveled by the screw on one complete rotation. Now in the screw gauge there is a screw head. Now when we rotate the screw head, the screw travels some distance over the main scale. Now how many number of complete rotations are given the screw and how much distance is traveling along the main scale, that is the pitch. Suppose we are giving 5 complete rotation of the screw head. Now it has traveled 5 divisions on the main scale. So the pitch will be 5 rotations, 5 millimeter, because each division of the screw gauge is 1 millimeter by 5 rotations. So the pitch will be how much? 5. Pitch is 5. 5. Sorry, pitch is not 5. Pitch is 1 mm. Pitch is 1 mm. Because 5 millimeter by 5 rotations. How much? 1 mm. So here, by default, we can take, suppose we take the screw gauge which has a length of 25 centimeter of linear scale. By default, the pitch of this screw gauge will be 1 mm. I have taken the maximum length screw gauge linear scale, that is 25 centimeter. If we do, now how to do the complete rotation? Now take the screw gauge, align the circular scale graduation on any whole number of the linear scale, then give n number of rotation, suppose 5 or 10. Now check how many divisions the circular scale is traveling upon n number of complete rotation. Now use the formula pitch equal to distance traveled by the circular scale by number of rotations. Now it will come. Now you get the pitch of the screw gauge. Now coming under the least count. Least count is pitch divided by total number of divisions in circular scale. So why pitch is important? Because in the least count formula pitch is there. So we have to find the pitch properly to find the LC properly. Pitch by total number of divisions in circular scale. Now pitch we find out how much? 1 mm. Pitch we find out 1 mm. Now how much is your total number of circular divisions? Now if you carefully observe the circular scale of the screw gauge, it has 100 equal divisions. It has 100 equal divisions. So pitch equal to 1 mm and the number of divisions is 100. So your pitch comes, LC comes to 0.01 mm or 0.001 cm. Here you can see so your pitch comes to be 0.01 mm or 0.001 cm. Now the number of circular divisions is 100 divisions. Now coming to how to take the reading from the instrument. Now I have not shown you the lamina. Now you can see I have taken three lamina and show you. Now you can see these are known as irregular lamina. These are broken glass pieces. You can take any broken metal pieces also, glass, but it should have some thickness so that you can find its thickness properly. Now these three are broken glass pieces. These are known as irregular lamina. As you can see, it doesn't have a definite shape, means we cannot measure its length, breadth to an accurate dimensions. So instead of finding its length and breadth separately, we are finding its area by tracing this lamina on the graph paper. This is the graph paper. Take the lamina, trace the outline, calculate the number of complete square. Now it becomes your area. Now thickness. For thickness, you have to take this lamina and fix the lamina in between two heads and tight it or rotate the screw in such a manner that we have to lamina fix in between these two heads. I can see I am doing it. Now the lamina is being fixed. Don't give maximum force so that you will develop crack on this glass pieces. Just make sure that the screw heads hold its definite grip. Now first we will how to use how to take the reading. Now in the main scale, as you can see in the if you see the main scale of the screw gauge, I am taking one more screw gauge to show you. I should not disturb that. Now this is your main scale. This is your main scale. This is your main scale or the linear scale. LSR linear scale. This is a linear scale. Now linear scale divisions are in millimeter. You can see the maximum length is up to 25 millimeter or 2.5 centimeter. All the calculations of this table will be done in millimeter. But this is a linear scale. Now you have to check once you fix the lamina in between two heads, you have to see how much distance the circular scale has travelled along the main scale, or what is the main scale reading. Now for instance, in this setup, the main scale reading is, I would like to change the screw as the graduations are not clear in that screw gauge. So the main scale reading is 1 mm, almost 1 mm, because you can see it has covered first division 0, then 1, then it has not covered second division. So we will take the least possible calculation, that is 1 mm. So it is 1 mm. So write here 1.
That must be
1. Then we will list on we have got from here 0.01 mm or 0.001 cm. So we will use the 0.01 mm. 0.01. Now circular confidence is the most important thing. Circular confidence. Now you can see in the circular scale. Suppose this is the linear scale and the circular scale. Circular scale will be having 100 divisions. Linear scale will be having maximum 25 divisions. 2.5 cm, 25 cm. You have to check which circular division is exactly aligned with the linear scale. No need of giving space on the linear scale. You have to just see which circular division has exactly aligned along the linear scale. And it's very easy because you can easily calculate, because you are having 100 divisions as against your linear scale you are having 10 divisions, which is very complicated to find the Vernier confidence. But circular confidence will be easy to find out here. You have to just check which division of the circular scale has exactly aligned with the main scale. Suppose this is a circular scale and this is the linear scale. Which division? Out of 100 divisions, which division? It can be 55, it can be 57, it can be 58, it can be 25, 26, any number between 0 to 100. Now this is a pure number. Now for this instance, the circular scale reading will be 83. Here will be 83. So here will be 83. So your CSI circular scale reading is 0.83, because CSI is LC into CC, least count into circular confidence. So your reading comes under 1.83. Like this, you have to take various observations along its surface by changing the position of the lamina. Like this, you will take 5 to 10 observations, find out the mean of those observations, and it comes to your thickness. Finally, getting the thickness and your area, you multiply the thickness and area. Now, final the volume of the will be something like x millimeter cube. I hope you have understood how to find out the volume of an irregular lamina in a screw gauge. So thank you all. See you in the next class.